Hey everybody, welcome back to DroneAcademy.com. Today we're going to look at DJI's newest drone, the Phantom 4 Pro version 2. Remember back in 2016 when DJI came out with the Phantom 4, then they came out with the Phantom 4 Advanced, then the Phantom 4 Pro. Well, now they're back with the Pro 2.0. Let's take a look inside the box and see what makes the 2.0 so special. Alright y'all, so I'm not gonna lie, when I first opened up the box I was a little disappointed. The case. It's a kind of flimsy styrofoam case and it doesn't feel very good in the hands. And I guess that's not a bad thing, but after reviewing the Mavic Air and being really happy with the case that they provided for that one, I guess I was hoping for a little bit more here. But the case is just the case. If you want something nicer, buy one. Let's look inside. So no surprise here, it's a Phantom 4. If you look at the top though, you'll notice the little DJI letters there are gold, letting you know that you've got the new version 2 as opposed to the version 1 that had the silver letters. But the changes don't stop there. DJI's made some other really neat improvements with this aircraft, and considering the fact that they didn't change the price, it's still $14.99, I think that's a pretty good deal. One of the upgrades that we just mentioned is right here. Now, the controllers look the same, but DJI has moved from Lightbridge to OcuSync with this new version of the Phantom 4 Pro. In addition to giving you a better video feed to your controller, it also allows you to connect wirelessly to DJI goggles just like you can with the Mavic Pro. Now again, this is very similar to the Phantom 4 Pro that you've seen before. The camera and the airframe remain unchanged, but DJI did make some updates to the propellers and the ESC drivers that they say not only makes it more stable, but also reduces sound by about 60%. We'll be testing that out when we do our full review, but for now we'll just have to take their word for it. Also in the box, of course, you've got your charging cable and your obligatory micro USB cable that they put in pretty much all of their equipment these days. Now they were thoughtful enough to leave you a little bit of room for some additional batteries. Those will run you $169, but it's well worth it if you're going to be doing any kind of endurance flying. That being said, I wasn't that impressed with the case like I mentioned earlier, so I'll probably be upgrading it sooner rather than later. So to recap, in the box you've got the drone, you've got the controller, you've got 2 sets of propellers, you've got the power brick, you've got the micro USB cable, and you've got the ever important quick start guide. Okay, so let's take a look at the aircraft itself. Now overall, like I said, it is not very different from the original version. It's a few grams lighter than the Pro version 1, but you're still dealing with pretty much the same aircraft. You're still going to have that awesome 1-inch CMOS sensor that shoots at 20 megapixels, 4K at 60 frames per second. You're still going to have all the same vision sensing systems with 5-direction obstacle sensing, 4-direction obstacle avoidance. So like I said, this aircraft is not very different from the Phantom 4 Pro version 1, but then again, it doesn't really need to be. That was a pretty sturdy aircraft, and this is just a minor upgrade. And as this tag was nice to tell us, just like the original version, the moving parts of this aircraft can cut you, so keep your hands clear when operating. And DJI was nice enough to include a 16 gig memory card here like they tend to do with their aircraft, but I'll probably upgrade to just a little bit larger, either SanDisk Extreme or a Samsung Evo. If you're going to upgrade, make sure you get a UHS 3 card so that you can take full advantage of the 100 megabit per second bitrate that the Phantom 4 Pro has to offer. Here on the bottom you can see the ultrasonic sensors and vision sensors for the aircraft, all part of the flight autonomy system that DJI has in this aircraft. So overall, like its predecessor, a very strong airframe, but not a whole lot new here. Like I said, one of the new things is the props. Okay, quick side note, if you've never flown a Phantom before, there is a gold ring and a silver ring, and those tell you which props go where. Okay, just so you know. Okay, if everybody's up to speed, let's go. So if you've seen the Phantom 4 Pro version 1, you're going to obviously notice that there's a little bit of a difference in the prop here. Now, just like DJI did with the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum, DJI has released these props individually, so if you've got a version 1, you can upgrade your props for 20 bucks and get some of the same advantages without having to upgrade your whole aircraft. You're welcome. However, DJI's store is currently out of stock for those, so you may have to check a third party or just wait. And like I said before, DJI did not upgrade the camera for this aircraft, not that they needed to. It's the same 1-inch 20 megapixel CMOS sensor. It's got a mechanical shutter. It's a great camera if you haven't had a chance to use it. We'll be comparing the video between this and the Mavic Air during our full review, so you'll be able to see that pretty soon. So let's pull out the battery, take a look. We imagine it's the same, and yep, you have the same 5,870 milliamp hour battery that you had before, which should net you about a 30-minute flight time. So what do we think? This is the most advanced Phantom that DJI has ever made. If you have a version 1, you probably don't need to upgrade unless the idea of flying wirelessly with your DJI goggles just gets you all crazy inside. But if you are in the market for a new Phantom, this is the one to get, at least until DJI comes out with the interchangeable lenses on the Phantom 5, whenever that happens. But since we don't know when that day is going to come, this one will have to hold us over till then, and I think it'll do. So what do you think? Are you going to pick up the version 2 or wait for the Phantom 5? Let us know in the comments below.